Welcome, guys, to a brand new playthrough in Pokemon Gold version. I have been looking forward to this for a very, very long time. There's a handful of games, I've mentioned this before, a handful of games that really motivate me to want to start doing YouTube stuff, and this was one of those games. Now, I know that your favorite Pokemon game, it's going to be different from person to person, right? But this one, I think if I really had to go over everything with a fine-tooth comb, this is my most favorite game. Probably because it had the biggest impact on me as a kid, and I'll explain why. This was, I've never been as excited for a Pokemon game as I was for Gen 2, specifically Gold version. I ended up getting Gold and Silver when I was a kid, but Gold was the first one I got of Gen 2, and I am so excited to jump into this playthrough, and hopefully you are excited about joining me as we go through Johto and experiencing everything that it has to offer. I have a lot to say about this, a lot of thoughts, commentary, a lot of stories and stuff that hopefully you guys will enjoy. So anyway, without further ado, let's jump right into it. Pokemon Gold, baby! All right, a brand new game. Let's do this. What? You woke me up. Will you check the clock for me? What time is it? Okay, so we're going to do real time. It is 9, so we'll do... Wait, interesting. So day is 10, but 9. Okay, so 9 in the morning. And then we're going to say yes. And then we're going to go ahead and set it back to... Okay, so for me it's 9:51 a.m., so I'm going to do a 9:52. Morning, I overslept. If I would have set it to 3 a.m., does he be like, oh, I'm going to go back to sleep? Hello! Sorry to keep you waiting. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. People call me the Pokemon Professor. Oh, Haunter, I don't remember him being the featured Pokemon. That's a cool sprite, though. The color enhancements is so great in Gen 2. This world is inhabited by creatures that we call Pokemon. People in Pokemon live together by supporting each other. Some people play with Pokemon while some battle with them. But we don't know everything about Pokemon yet. There are still many mysteries to solve. That's why I study Pokemon every day. Ah, Ethan, my boy. Now, what did you say your name was? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just go to my my normal name. Oh wait, that's not right. Okay, let's see. Let's go back. We're just gonna stick with my actual name. I typically do that. All right. Cool. Mark, are you ready? Your very own Pokemon story is about to unfold. You'll face fun times and tough challenges. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go! I'll be seeing you later. And your mom as well, probably, when you leave your home. Now, this is a huge improvement visually. They finally put the TV on something other than the floor. I mean, this room is kind of bare. A radio, a computer, a table in the middle of the room. Apple II. Mark, turn on the PC. What do we have? Oh, we don't have any items. Okay. Mail, decoration. There's a lot of things in here that this game adds. Dude, I'm so excited about Pokemon Gold. Oh, Mark, our neighbor, Professor Elm, was looking for you. He said he wanted you to do something for him. Oh, I almost forgot. Your Pokemon gear is back from the repair shop. Here you go. Pokemon gear, or just Poke gear, it's essential if you want to be a good trainer. Oh, the day of the week isn't set. You mustn't forget that. What day is it? Sunday. Is it daylight saving time now? No. Yes. Come home to adjust your clock for daylight saving time. By the way, do you know how to use the phone? I don't remember. I'll read the instructions. Turn the Poke Gear on and select the phone icon. Phone numbers are stored in memory. Just choose a name you want to call. Gee, isn't that convenient? Yeah, it's convenient that you tell me how phones work. Which will be useful, though, because the trainers that we run into out in the wild there, after we beat them in battle and we exchange numbers with them, they'll call me and tell me when certain Pokemon of unique types appear in their respective areas, which I'm excited about. Refrigerator. See what's in the fridge. Fresh water and tasty lemonade. Sink. The sink is spotless. Mom likes it clean. I just cleaned my sink yesterday, in fact. Mom's specialty. Cinnabar Volcano Burger. Nice. There's a movie on TV. Stars dot the sky as two boys ride on a train. I'd better get rolling too. Oh man. Oh god, this feels so good to play. It is so beautiful, this game. The colors are vibrant. The animations are exactly the same as like red, blue, and yellow, but still, it's a beautiful place to be in. I'm so excited about this, you guys. I have so many stories that I can't wait to share. I'm kind of giddy, and I've also consumed a lot of caffeine prior to recording this, so. Pikachu is an evolved Pokemon. I was amazed by Professor Elm's findings. He's so famous for his research on Pokemon evolution. I wish I could be a researcher like him. Elm's house. Oh, interesting. We don't have a Professor Oak house. Oh, hey, look. Hi, Mark. My husband's always so busy. I hope he's okay. When he's caught up on his Pokemon research, he even forgets to eat. When I grow up, I'm gonna help my dad. I'm gonna be a great Pokemon professor. This game is, man, I think one of the most important games of my childhood. One of the things that was really important about this game for me is because I've talked about this in my other like Gen 1 playthroughs. But when we were kids, when these games came out, keep in mind they came out in like, the 90s. So these games, Pokemon Red and Blue and even Yellow, we didn't really know much about what was going on like with the franchise, and neither did Game Freak, the Pokemon Company, which came later, Nintendo. Like, they didn't really understand how big this franchise is going to be. Pokemon as a franchise makes more money than any other company in the world in history by such a significant margin. It's like comparing, imagine the Pokemon Company owns the whole beach, and like the second most profitable company in the world owns a single grain of sand. That's like the easiest way to compare it. That's how much money this company makes. Not necessarily from the games, but merchandise and everything else. But that's neither here nor there. Point is, though, is like as a kid, we didn't really know where Red and Blue were going to go. We were like, okay, like that's just, whatever, fun game. And then Yellow came out. And then in between that was the anime. Now, the anime and the movie were unique because that introduced us to a couple of new Pokemon. I believe Togepi was like the first one that we realized was like, whoa, that's a whole new thing that's not part of like Gen 1. And then we saw Donphin and Marill and Snubbull and a couple of those like earlier Pokemon in the movies. And it was like a really big deal seeing Pokemon on the big screen for the first time. That was crazy. And then so on, they introduced like more Pokemon in later movies and whatnot. But when Gen 2 Pokemon first were revealed, I'll never forget this. I was living in a crummy apartment, poor as heck. And when you're in an apartment complex, I don't know if you can all relate to this, but when you're in an apartment complex, you have a tendency to sort of like gravitate towards like other random, kids and stuff in the neighborhood, which is just the building, right? And you become buddy with them. We would trade Pokemon cards and whatnot. Problem is like I was one of the oldest, so it was weird. Like all my friends like at that age were like 2 grades younger than me and stuff. It was kind of pathetic, but whatever. But I because I was older, some of the kids looked up to me. So anytime there was like anything interesting going on in like the Pokemon world, they would always like run to my apartment, knock on the door, and let me know. And I'll never forget that one kid, he came to the door, he knocked, and he showed me a Japanese Pokemon card featuring Cyndaquil. And I was like, whoa, that can't be real. That's fake. What is this language? It's clearly not English. This is obviously gibberish. Did you print this on your, on your home printer or whatever? And we didn't know what we were getting into. We didn't know what that was because not only did we not know Japanese, I don't know where he got that card, but it was a real Japanese card. But he had just the one card, and we were like, what is this? And it was funny because we had no idea that was going to be like the next Gen 2 starter. And we didn't know the name of the Pokemon. I think we were guessing. I think that there was like a loose translation that was like way wrong. Like it wasn't even close to what Cyndaquil actually his like name was. But you'll remember that when you went to like the grocery store, this is related. When you go to the grocery store in that era, there was a ton of unofficial like guides on whatever anime was popping at the time, like Yu-Gi-Oh and Dragon Ball and Pokemon, and these cards, these Beckett's, or sorry, these magazines and stuff that were in the magazine aisle had a bunch of like BS information. I have no idea how it got published. I have no idea how every grocery store had all these like, you had Nintendo Life, and then you had like the unofficial guide to blah blah blah, and it was like half of it was BS. It would have price guides for like trading cards for those franchises, and it would have information on those franchises. Oh, the time just changed from morning to day. But it would talk about like the next generation of Pokemon, and that blew us away. That Pokemon, that Japanese card was real. Like we didn't know that was a Gen 2 starter, but the guide that we were looking at wasn't even real, or it didn't have any real information. Sorry, it talked about this new fire starter, but it didn't have the name right. It didn't have any information about it right. It was just an image that we'd seen on this Pokemon card, and it changed everything. So when we finally realized that Gen 2 was coming out, Gold and Silver, like it was insane. We were all flipping our lids and just going nuts. Recess was crazy. It was full of speculation. We were just going crazy. Just kids going nuts, like trying to figure out like what was going to happen in Gen 2 and like what the game was going to be like and what Pokemon were around. There were so many like rumors flying about on like, oh, you were going to get this Pokemon and that Pokemon and you can start with this and blah, 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 blah. And we remember, like, a lot of us actually had forgotten, but the anime introduced us to Ho-Oh very early on. When Ash first sets out on his journey, we can see Pokemon number 250, legendary bird Ho-Oh. So we see him, or see that bird flying, and we didn't know what it was. And I remember a bunch of kids were on the playground being like, oh, that's just a Fearow, that's not even a new Pokemon, blah, 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 it's just Fearow, whatever. And I was just like, okay, I guess. It seems a little weird, but whatever. But I remember all these little things happened, and it was just a wild, wild thing. And the phenomenon just went crazy for us kids. But before Pokemon Gold came out, I got grounded, probably because of like bad grades. I suffer from severe like ADHD, and I can't pay attention and whatever. And so like I just didn't really pay attention to stuff. It was always English class. Like I can speak English, I can barely write it properly, but like punctuation and grammar and all that nonsense, like whatever. And so like I would always like screw up on tests, and I always got like D's and stuff in English until like it came down to like, okay, semester's coming over, you got to get your grade up, and then I would get like a B- or something like that, and then I would just give up halfway through before getting that, just so I can be like, okay, I got a B-, can leave me alone now. But I got grounded for my bad grade. I had to get it up. And I remember one of my friends got Silver version, but I got Gold because I just thought the cartridge and the style of the art looked cooler, but I couldn't touch it for 2 weeks. Like the day that it came out, couldn't touch it. I had to sit there and look at the box and just read the box over and over and over again, and I couldn't play it on my Game Boy. I was furious about that. But finally, when I got to play that game, it changed everything. But I think that's why Pokemon Gold had such a profound impact on me, is because when the game came out, I had it in my hand, but I couldn't touch it, I couldn't open it, I couldn't play it, I couldn't do anything except hold the box itself for 2 weeks. Can you imagine what that feels like to a kid? Jesus, that is seriously, that's like gaming edging. Like, it's terrible. So this is a famous Elm Pokemon lab. What are you staring at? Sorry, I'm just trying to get on with the story. But man, and Pokemon Gold, man, it changed my life. I was a Pokemon guru for like the first 3 generations of Pokemon, but after that, it was hard to memorize all that stuff. ADHD. Mark, there you are. I needed to ask you a favor. I have an acquaintance called Mr. Pokemon. He keeps finding weird things and raving about his discoveries. Anyway, I just got an email from him saying that this time it's real. It is intriguing, but we're busy with our Pokemon research. Could you look into it for us? I'll give you a Pokemon for a partner. They're all rare Pokemon that we just found. Go on, pick one. Now, when I first started doing YouTube, I was trying to power through some like Pokemon stuff and just kind of getting the feel for like what game or games or genre that I wanted to play. And the rapper from the Snack Professor element is in there. And so I actually started with Pokemon Crystal as my first Gen 2, because I think what I did is I did Pokemon Red, then I jumped into Crystal after that. And then I went to Emerald and Platinum and so on. But then I decided, you know what, I'm going to restart that. So I did Blue, and then I went to Yellow, and now here we are at Gold. And so what I really wish that I would have done is I would have done one of the original games in each generation, then went, after I got through all those, then went back into the opposite or its counterpart in each generation, and then went back and then did like their remakes or remasters. It's a bummer that Crystal's up there, because Crystal, like, I ended up getting a corrupt save file and I wasn't able to beat that, which I will go back and I'm going to redo Crystal because of that. But anyway, my point is in Gen 2, I started that that Crystal playthrough with Totodile. And because there's 3 games, I kind of wanted to mix it up with the starters, but that's probably not going to be the case. I have a Pokemon team in my head that I'm going to try to pursue, and Totodile fits more into that than Cyndaquil does. So here's my plan. Okay, if you're watching this Gold playthrough and you're wondering what the future is going to be, this is the idea. So with Red, Blue, and Yellow, you only have a chance for 2 of the 3 starters because you don't get an option in Yellow, right? So in Red was Charmander, Blue I decided to go Squirtle, and then Yellow was Pikachu. So there was never a Bulbasaur option for me there until we got it in Yellow, right? With Gold, Silver, and Crystal, but my plan is that I'm going to stick with Totodile now in Gold. Eventually, when we get to Silver, we're probably going to go Chikorita, and then Crystal's playthrough, I'm going to redo that and probably go Cyndaquil there. So it'll be Totodile now, and then it'll be Chikorita in Silver, just to keep it fresh, because obviously you have 3 starters to choose from in 3 games, which is slightly different than how Yellow did things, but that's okay. And one final thing before I grab the Pokemon. I had gotten some feedback that I took to heart that some people were pointing out in my Pokemon playthroughs. I have a tendency to sort of pick the same Pokemon, like, constantly, because like Red, Blue, and Yellow, there's only a handful to choose from, right? Now it's starting to pick up and you have a whole lot more, 100 new Pokemon, like that's a lot. So I was like, all right, well, I have a lot of favorites that come from Gen 2, so obviously Red, Blue, and Yellow, I didn't have those as a choice, so I was very, like, I always pick like Rhydon, and I pick like Alakazam, and then my starter, you know, it was always the same stuff. So this one I'm going to mix it up a little bit. I have a handful of different Pokemon that I really love that we're going to pursue in this game, and as I was thinking about the final team that I want to take to the Elite Four, Totodile made the most sense for me, so I'm going to stick to that. But I'm going to save all the other Pokemon that I'm going to add to my team for when we catch them. I've got a bunch of notes that I'm looking at another monitor here on where to catch those Pokemon so I can get them as early as possible. Another big thing. So there are a handful of Pokemon in this game that evolve through trade evolutionary methods, just like in Red, Blue, and Yellow. I have altered this game file to make it so I don't have to trade to evolve them. So much like how I have in like all my other playthroughs thus far, except for Pokemon Red, any Pokemon that evolves through trading, I've changed it now. They evolve through leveling up. So once again, if you get a Pokemon like Abra in this game, which, you know, you'll run into pretty early on, it'll evolve into Kadabra like normal at 16, and then it'll evolve into Alakazam, leveling up at level 37. Other Pokemon like Scyther to Scizor, or what's another one that I really wanted to get? Oh, Kingdra, one of my favorite water dragons, or water and dragon Pokemon separately. Love that Pokemon. So Horsea evolves into Seadra, and then Seadra evolves into Kingdra when traded with a Dragon Scale, I believe. In this game, it evolves, I want to say... Crap, I have it written down here. Hold on. Let me see. So Kingdra will evolve in a different stage. So here's an idea. So these are the changed evolutionary methods. I'm just going to read them off because I want to set all the expectations of what's going to happen in this playthrough. So in Gold, Silver, and Crystal, Poliwhirl trades into Politoed while holding a King's Rock. It's changed now where if you have a Poliwhirl, you can evolve it into Politoed at level 37 or later. Okay, Kadabra to Alakazam, 37 or later. Graveler to Golem, 37 later. Machoke, Machamp, 37 or later. Slowpoke to Slowking, previously traded with a King's Rock, evolved it into Slowking. So Slowpoke to Slowking was King's Rock trade. Now, Slowpoke to Slowking evolves with a Water Stone, which is pretty cool. Haunter to Gengar, 37 plus. Onix to Steelix. When you had an Onix and it held the Metal Coat and you traded it, that's when it evolved into Steelix at any level. Now, Onix will evolve into Steelix at 30 plus. Seadra to Kingdra, trade with Dragon Scale. Now it evolves at level 40 plus. Scyther to Scizor, 30 plus. Porygon to Porygon 2, 30 plus. So we don't need the Metal Coat anymore for Scyther or Scizor. Although I am surprised that we can't like give Scyther like the item to hold and then level it up. That's what would have made more sense, but there's no requirement. The only difference here, aside from leveling up, is like Slowpoke and Slowking now has a Water Stone method, whereas everybody else that I listed is just levels up between 30 and 41 somewhere. And then later. So anyway, really excited about that. I just wanted to let you guys know. Very little gameplay in this episode, but hopefully the commentary doesn't annoy you. Nonetheless, we still have so much to do in this one episode. Let's go ahead and jump in. Oh, Cyndaquil looks so good. What a sharp sprite. You'll take Cyndaquil, the fire Pokemon. I would normally, but no, we'll wait for Crystal on that one. Think it over carefully. Your partner is important. Interesting that Cyndaquil comes earlier in the line, because typically it was, what, Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle? Now Cyndaquil, as a fire type, is the earliest in the dex. My boy! We're going to look at Chikorita first. Totodile, the water Pokemon? I do, but not yet. So I also have been recently getting into Pokemon Shorts, or Pokemon Shorts, YouTube Shorts of Pokemon, rather. So if you go to my channel and you take a look at my short videos that I've made, I've got a bunch of ones that I made all by hand that I'm pretty proud of. I think they're pretty cool. And one of them that I did was, well, I did a whole bunch on like, what's the best fire starter? What's the best grass starter? What's the best water starter? The one that I did with the water starter one, a little biased, but I think Totodile is probably the most popular of all the water starters. And so I did a breakdown of all the Pokemon stats, all the water starters of all the generations, and I think Totodile came out on top with versatile stats, but not the highest necessarily, but definitely the most popular. And so, anyway, I just thought that I would share that with you in case you want to see, you know, me breaking down all 9 generations up until this point of water-type starters in, like, less than 50 seconds. Chikorita. I was never a fan of Chikorita, but I do want to mix it up when we get to Silver, and I'll get Chikorita instead, because Meganium's pretty cool. That's how you say it, right? Meganium? Meganium? I don't know. Whatever. All right, let's grab Totodile, baby. Yes. I think that's a great Pokemon too. Mark received Totodile. He seems kind of small, doesn't he? Let's go ahead and change that up a little bit. I want to make him a little bit larger. That's what she said. There we go. Trying to make these sprites the right size is tough because, like, if I catch a Pokemon like Snorlax, by comparison, Snorlax's big fat body would take up the whole screen of my video. So I have to kind of, like, adjust their sizes accordingly how I want to do this. I nicknamed a Totodile. You received. Nah. Mr. Pokemon lives near Cherry Grove, the next city. It's almost a direct route to there. If your Pokemon is hurt, you should heal it with this machine. Oh, cool. Oh, here's my phone number. Call me if something comes up. Call Elm and he's all like, new phone, who dis? Okay, sweet. This is also the last time that we have Gen 2 in particular, so Gold, Silver, and Crystal. The last time that we have a rival that's kind of an a-hole. Because I don't think we have an a-hole. No, we have a friendly rival in Gen 3. Mark, I want you to have this for your errand. Cool, thanks, dude. Explains why they didn't have it in the PC. There are only 2 of us, so we're always busy. Okay, let's take a look at our Totodile. And this is so freaking sweet. It's weird how on the bottom left, though, the menu, is it... If I'm over here, let me see, because it had that gray area. No, it's still weird. It's like white like that. I feel like it should have a border. I don't know why it doesn't. That seems strange to me, but whatever. Oh, what does he have? Item. Take. Oh, a berry. No, I'll give that back to him. Cool. I didn't know he had one. Stats. 44 points to 6 experience points. Scratch and Leer, item berry, 12, 11, 10, 10. It's not particularly great, I don't think, but it's not terrible. It's pretty evenly distributed, right? Like, I think that looks, yeah, he'll be all right. Totodile is freaking awesome. Love him, love him, love him so much. I'm going to have Totodile stick around for a little while before I evolve him. I don't know if I'm just going to, like, jump right into it at 16. But I already have predetermined, like, what my team is going to be getting to Elite Four. And it's gonna be tough work, but I'm excited for it. Pokemon hide in the grass. Who knows when they'll pop out? Actually, I probably don't have Pokegear. Oh, it's right. Pack is now items. Potions. Dang. I know what Pokemon I want to catch next, but can I level up yet? There's got to be wild Pokemon in here. Is it just me, or is this nuts that I'm not seeing any wild Pokemon yet? There it is. Okay, that was odd. So Centrate is going to be one of the Pokemon that I catch. I'm just going to throw that out there now. Furret is one of my absolute favorite Pokemon ever. Mainly because Furret has, like, one of the raddest shiny designs I've ever seen. It's just, like, it's such a beautiful, like, pink, sort of, like, ice cream, cotton candy cane look. It's so good. But the thing that sucks, actually, is his sprite got some reworks in later generations because the Gen 2 sprites suck for shinies on a lot of them. Like, Furret's shiny, he's like a pink and white. It looks really freaking cool. I love it. Furret in particular, I mean, if I didn't say it right. But for some reason in this game, God, if I run into a shiny now, I'm gonna throw up. His shiny in this one was pink and brown, and it looked horrible, but they reworked it later. And I don't know if I'm going to do any real shiny hunting anyway. Probably not. Just because I don't know of a really good method in Gen 2 to do it. I'll look some up just to kind of be knowledgeable about it. But, like, I don't really care about a shiny team. And I don't, like... Totodile has a really cool shiny. Love that so much, too. But I don't know if you can even get it in this game, because I don't know if the starters are shiny locked. I assume they probably are. Come on, level up, fool. I'm going to level up a little bit, because I want to take on my rival here in a bit. And for the stuff that I know about the story in this game, I'm going to keep that to myself, because even though if you're watching this, there's a pretty good chance that you know, like, the surprises, twists, and turns the story holds and the plot provides and everything. But I figure, you know what? I'm going to keep it to myself just in case. Nice. My berry, man. Just in case you forgot, or if you want to kind of like be kept on the edge of your seat, as it were. And his scratch is terrible. So I'm not gonna spoil anything as we play. And the interface is so much better. The sprites from the front and the back are all gorgeous. What level does he learn Water Gun? It's pretty early. 7 maybe? Actually, let's go talk to this guy. It might be a little bit early for a wild trainer battle, so.
Yo, how are your Pokemon? If they're weak and not ready for battle, keep out of the grass.
Thanks, dude. I'm looking around. I know where I need to go. Crazy how there's bushes this early in the game that require cut already. Well, hold on. Let me think about that for a second. Viridian had that one spot that you could just walk around and had that one tree you could cut down, but I'm actually really hesitant about running into wild Pokemon here because, like, the chances, while extremely low, of running into a shiny, like, that doesn't change the fact that I feel like my luck would come at me and throw a shiny my way that I can't catch. I'd be so upset. This is kind of interesting. I totally forgot that you had the ability to level up your Pokemon before even taking on your rival in a fight. Very interesting. I'm gonna level up one more time though, just to be prepared. Hey, an item. What do we got? Potion, probably? And I'll tell you, so while there's the, I almost would call it the legendary, maybe, the legendary red Gyarados of the Lake of Rage, which hopefully is not a spoiler, but that Pokemon, while it unlocks the available shinies and stuff for you, I think, if I'm not mistaken, no, I'll have to verify this. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if this is right. You might know this and I might not. I don't know if you can run into shinies before you take on red Gyarados. You might be able to. Hold on. I'm trying to think that way through. I think you can. Anyway, my point is that regardless, when I was playing these Gen games, my very first shiny Pokemon that I ever ran into that wasn't the red Gyarados, Rage, nice, was a level 8 shiny Geodude. Female, actually. I'll never forget it. Okay, I'm probably not. I'm probably gonna get knocked out if I fight again. Yeah, you should be able to run into shinies. I don't know. Someone look it up. I'll look it up myself and I'll address it later. But if you know, let me know. Let's see. I don't think we'll run into a Pokemon that's gonna lock us in battle, but
I wanted to take a break, so I saved to record my progress.
Probably a good idea. I'm not abiding by any sort of like Nuzlocke rules or anything like that, but I do think it's probably wise to save anyway. Let's see what's up. Oh, Berry Tree. Yeah, if we do run into a shiny, if that is a thing, I will definitely, I'll definitely cry for sure. No debate there. All right, let's see. Anything good here? Is it just the one berry? I don't think you can farm this for multiple. Yeah. Okay, let's go to pack. Berry. Give. Cool. So he'll have that. I do want to see, can I hit the Pokemon Center over here and buy another Pokemon? What? Buy a Pokeball? I don't know if the Pokemart, sorry. I'm like hopped up on caffeine, super excited about this playthrough. I've got a million thoughts in my head all at one time. I want to see if I can buy some Pokeballs, because I want to get a Furret on the team. Well, Centra first, but you know what I'm saying. It's great. I can store any number of Pokemon, and it's all free. Okay.
The communication center upstairs was just built, but they're still finishing it up.
That PC is free for any trainer to use. Okay. I was going to make a joke, but never mind.
Did you talk to the old man by the Pokemon Center? He'll put a map of Johto on your Pokegear.
Oh, cool. Thank you for that. You're a rookie trainer, aren't you? I can tell. That's okay. Everyone is a rookie at some point. If you'd like, I can teach you a few things.
Sure, dude.
Okay, then follow me. What the heck just happened? What was that? This is a Pokemon Center. They heal your Pokemon in no time at all. You'll be relying on them a lot, so you better learn about them.
Game, like, freaked out.
This is a Pokemart. They sell balls for catching wild Pokemon and other useful items. Route 30 is out this way. Trainers will be battling their prized Pokemon there. This is the sea. As you can see, some Pokemon are found only in water. Here, it's my house. Thanks for your company. Let me give you a small gift. Cool. Pokegears get more useful as you add cards. I wish you luck on your journey.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. You don't get a fishing rod early this early in the game, right? No.
You're trying to see how good you are at as a Pokemon trainer. You better visit the Pokemon gyms all over Johto and collect badges.
Sure, man. When I get older, I'm going to be a gym leader. I make my Pokemon battle with my friends to make them tougher. Okay. Alright, sweet. We can get to the mart. Grab a... just playing a game. When I was walking in the grass, a bug Pokemon poisoned my Pokemon. I just kept going, but then my Pokemon fainted. You should keep an antidote with you. Good idea.
They're fresh out of Pokeballs. When will they get more of them?
Aw, come on! That explains why they... yeah, okay. Ick.
Alright, fine. That's annoying. That's disappointing. Dang, dang, dang. Alright. Alright. Okay, so now that we're here, let's see what's... wait, is this Cherry Grove? Yes. City of cute, fragrant flowers. I love the color palette in this game so much. It's so pretty. Everything is so beautiful looking. I love it. From the pink flowers, the green trees and grass, the stone walls, the beautiful blue water. It's all good.
Pokemon gain experience in battle and change their form. Pokemon change? I would be shocked if one did that.
How do people not know anything about Pokemon despite the fact that they've been around since before humanity existed in this universe? Makes no friggin' sense. Okay, this must be the place. Wait, no, where is the guy at that we're supposed to talk to? Am I missing something? Cherry Grove, Cherry Grove. Maybe it was that house that I missed on the way up here. I can't remember, but we'll figure it out. This must be it. Wait, what is this?
You can't climb ledges, but you can jump down from them to take a shortcut.
Where is this guy at?
Oh, I remember now. Okay. Different kinds of Pokemon appear past here. If you want to catch them all, you have to look everywhere.
Doesn't he have a house like way up here? Yeah, I think it's in this thing. God, I can't remember anything. Nope, I can't. I'm totally wrong. Dang it, where are you? All right, hold on. Let's make a phone call. Hello, Mark. Try not to overdo it. Be sure to heal your Pokemon if they hurt. Oh, okay. I didn't get a chance to say hello. Dang it, where are you? You said Cherry Grove. Do I just have to go north? Maybe it's that far ahead. I didn't think it was that far. I thought maybe it was like, okay, let's just like pop in Cherry Grove and it's there. All right, well, I'm just gonna go then, I guess. I didn't realize that we had to go so far ahead to get the item and then come back. A little goofy, but whatever. Don't you dare give me any shinies in the wild, because I will be very upset. That's right. Here we go. Route 30. Violet City, Cherry Grove City. Okay, worry about that later. Oh, let's grab a berry. Cool. I never really cared about berries very much when I played this originally, but they have value. You know Pokemon eat berries. Well, my Pokemon got healthier by eating a berry. Here, I'll share one with you. Dang it, it's not this guy either. He must be up north a little bit further. Mark put the berry in the item pocket. Check trees for berries. They just drop right off. Well, if we run out of wilds, then we should do the battles. Where is this dude's house? Oh, thank God. Okay, I was like, am I nuts? Why am I not remembering where this is at? Well, I said this was my favorite game. That doesn't mean I know everything about it, nor does it mean that I remembered. Come on, like, it's 20 years ago. Give me a break. Okay, cool. Grab this. This is a long video. I was rambling quite a bit. Oh, a poison cure berry. Very useful. Hello, hello. You must be Mark. Professor Elm said that you would visit. This is what I want Professor Elm to examine. Mystery egg. Hey. I know a couple who run a Pokemon daycare service. They gave me that egg. I was intrigued, so I sent mail to Professor Elm. For Pokemon evolution, Professor Elm is the authority. Even Professor Oak here recognizes that. If my assumption is correct, Professor Elm will know it. Aha! So you're Mark. I'm Oak, a Pokemon researcher. I was just visiting my old friend, Mr. Pokemon. I heard you were running an errand for Professor Elm, so I waited here. Oh, what's this? A rare Pokemon. Let's see. I see. I understand why Professor Elm gave you a Pokemon for this errand. To researchers like Professor Elm and I, Pokemon are our friends. He saw that you would rather treat your Pokemon with love and care. Aha! You seem to be dependable. How would you like to help me out? See, this is the latest version of Pokédex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Cool. Go meet many kinds of Pokemon and complete that Pokédex. But I've stayed too long. I have to get to Goldenrod for my usual radio show. Mark, I'm counting on you. Sweet dude, sounds good. You are returning to Professor Elm. Here, your Pokemon should have some rest. Very kind of you, sir. I'm depending on you. Cool. Oh, phone call. Hello, Mark. It's a disaster. It's just terrible. What should I do? Oh no. Please get back here now. What is with these people? They don't even, like, let me say hello back. What Pokemon is in this grass area? Is there anything good here? Probably not this early. There's a few good Pokemon, I think, in earlier routes. Don't care about Caterpie. Looks really good for the sprite, though. Like, you can get, I want to say you can get Abra, and you can get, whatchamacallit? Growlithe, actually, really early on in, like, the first 5, 6, 7 routes or something like that. String Shot. Failed. Okay, Scratch is probably just going to do more damage here. I think this might be my longest first episode on a Pokemon playthrough ever. I don't know. I just got super excited about the game, and I had some stories that I wanted to share with you, and might have let my mouth go a little wild for a little too long. I do want to level up. If I can get to level 8, that would be great, but I don't think he's going to learn. Let's take a look and see. When does he learn Water Gun exactly? Okay, in Gen 2, he learns Water Gun at 13. Okay, so it'll be a little while. That's fine. I don't mind that. Hey, pretty big jump in points. Very nice. God, look at how beautiful the whole game looks. It's just so fantastic. And one other thing is, too, is like, I love Gen 2 so much. like my favorite generation of any Pokemon game. Pokemon Emerald enhances, Gen 3 in particular, Pokemon Emerald, because I played that one most recently, so that's my frame of reference. Oh. You got a Pokemon at the lab? What a waste, a wimp like you. Don't you get what I'm saying? Well, I too have a good Pokemon. I'll show you what I mean. Gen 3 in Emerald improves a lot over Gen 2 and has some really cool and unique sprite work. Very neat. But I know that oftentimes Gold and Silver compared to their remakes in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which are like perfect games. But there's just something I think about the original Gen 2 that felt so incredible. Heart Gold and Soul Silver are probably the best Pokemon games ever made. Fight me on it. They are the best ones. They have everything that anyone wants in a game, and they kicked pretty much all those features out in later iterations of Pokemon, which is disappointing. But Gold and Silver, man, God, it makes me... I honestly, this is going to sound like super weak, and I apologize for that, but like thinking about it now, all the feelings that I had when playing this game, trading with kids in the neighborhood, talking about all the new Pokemon, discovering all the mysteries, just experiencing a Pokemon game like this for the first time after knowing a little bit about Pokemon, it makes me want to cry thinking about it. Because like that's when times were so much more simple back then. Didn't have to worry about taxes and getting up early for work and, you know, college exams and like all these things that are like super duper stressful. It was like you can play video games at recess if you want, and then you get like a snack, and like you're doing basic math like addition and subtraction. Maybe multiplication, I can't remember exactly. But you know what I mean? Like, it just was such a simpler time back then. Are you happy you won? I'm surprised he paid me for the fight win, you know? Like, you wouldn't think that he would. My name's Mew. I'm gonna be the world's greatest Pokemon trainer. God, he's such a doofus. But like, it was, things back then were so simple. And when Gold and Silver was out, I was playing things like Rogue Squadron on Nintendo 64, Shadows of the Empire Nintendo 64, Pokemon Stadium, you know, probably at some point, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, you know. Ooh, there we go. Finally, we can get a Sentret. And these games sort of like all kind of came out within a reasonable time frame. I don't want to knock him out. Hopefully that's not a KO. I shouldn't be. Mega Man Legends 1 and 2, Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, like all those games were like around me at the same time. Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, like they all were just so close. Oh, I can't catch Pokemon yet. I forgot they're out of Pokeballs. Oh, so lame. Totally forgot about that. I remember going to the Pokemart and I was like, yeah, I'm good. I got Pokeballs. Oh, wait, no. I don't. But like all those games I've referenced in my playthroughs of them, that they had such a huge impact on me as a kid, and it's because it did. They all were around me, and I was bouncing back and forth between all those games when I was a boy. Oh wait, wrong one. That's my house. I don't know. I'm just feeling overwhelmingly nostalgic, that's all. I heard a Pokemon was stolen here. I was just getting some information from Professor Elm. Apparently, it was a young male with long red hair. What? You battled the trainer like that? Did you happen to get his name? What should we name this guy? I think his name is actually Silver, but let's take a look at what his legit name is. It might just be Silver. Let's find out. Bulbapedia is my go-to. All right, let's see. Yeah, I think it's his, yeah. Silver is a rival character Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal, and Heart Gold played opposite Ethan, Chris, or Lyra. And I'm not going to say anything about him otherwise. Let's see. Interesting. Okay, yeah, so I guess we're gonna go with Silver then. I keep on wanting to do QWERT like on the keyboard here, and I forget that it's actually alphabetical. There we go. Okay, so Silver was his name. Thanks for helping my investigation. Mark, this is terrible. Oh yes, what was Mr. Pokemon's big discovery? Mystery egg to Professor Elm. This? But is it a Pokemon egg? If it is a great discovery. What? Professor Oak gave you a Pokédex? Mark, is that true? That's incredible. He is superb at seeing the potential of people as trainers. Wow, Mark, you may have what it takes to become the champion. You seem to be getting on great with Pokemon too. You should take the Pokemon Gym Challenge. The closest gym would be the one in Violet City. Mark, the road to the championship will be a long one. Before you leave, make sure that you talk to your mom. Alright, let's talk to our mom, and that's the last thing that we'll do. Oh, what's up? Mark, use these on your Pokédex quest. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Finally. To add to your Pokédex, you have to catch Pokemon. Throw Pokeballs at wild Pokemon. Okay. To add them to your team, whatever he said. All of a sudden, I just got this weird craving for a hot dog. Is that weird? I don't know why. I was just randomly throwing it out there. Wow, that's a cute Pokemon. Where did you get it? So, you're leaving on an adventure. Okay, I'll help too. But what can I do for you? I know. I'll save money for you. On a long journey, money's important. Do you want me to save your money? No, I'll get out of here. Be careful. Pokemon are your friends. You need to work as a team. Now go on. All right. So here we are, getting ready on the next Pokemon adventure in Gen 2 for Gold version. I'm super excited about this. This game is going to be absolutely incredible. It's already bringing back like a typhoon of emotion, and I feel that now. And I'm just so excited to be continuing on with this. This is a very big deal for me. At the time of this recording, what is the date today? Actually, let's look at this. It is Sunday, June 4th, 2023. I forgot the year. So over the weekend, so it's Sunday, yesterday and Saturday, we hit 9,000 subscribers on the Marcanine channel. Stoked about that. Very, very excited about that. We hit 9,000 subscribers. I think over the last 2 weeks, we hit 100 completed games on the Marcanine channel. We beat 100 games, 100 playthroughs, okay? 100, that's a lot. Now, I've had a YouTube channel for, God, I think like since 2011 or something. Let's take a look real quick. But I've only really been doing YouTube consistently for 3 years. So yeah, so I joined August 4th, 2011. And I don't consider that to be how long I've been doing YouTube. I had a couple things up back then, doesn't matter. 3 years. So 2020 is when we started YouTube. So in 3 years, we've completed 100 games. We've gotten over 9,000 subscribers. We've hit over 2 million views. And we're now jumping into one of my most beloved, cherished games of all time. I am so excited about this. And I really hope that you are too, because this means a lot to me. And I really want you to be a part of the journey. So if you made it this far, 40 some odd minutes into the playthrough, I really hope you stick around for the rest, because Pokemon Gold is going to go off and be a ton of fun. But anyway, let's wrap things up. Thank you for watching this episode of the playthrough. We'll be doing more daily uploads of Pokemon Gold literally every single day, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on the Marcanine channel. If you did enjoy this episode, though, you can show your love by hitting the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that. It helps the channel grow and means a lot to me. And then if you have any feedback, thoughts, memories, or anything that you want to share, drop a comment and I will get back to you. I reply to all comments, or at least like the top level comment. YouTube has this weird thing, like where you leave a comment, I get the notification and I'll reply. But if you comment again, I might not reply because I might not see it. So if you really have something to say, like just create a new comment thread, because I see those comments. But I will reply to every initial comment that you leave. I promise. I've been doing it for the past 3 years. I've got no comment on the channel that hasn't been replied to. So there's that. Also, don't forget to take a look at the description box. There are some links there that might be of interest to you. The most important of which is probably a link to the Marcanine Community Discord server. If you want to be part of that group, you can go ahead and follow the link, do the verification method, and then you can jump into the chat with other people from the community, and you can chat with me anytime. I'm very active there, so you can hit me up there. Also, don't forget to take a look at YouTube Shorts, by the way, too. I just wanted to bring that up. There's no link for that down below, but take a look at those. I've got some great Pokemon stuff there, too, talking about all the starters, and we just got our first starter, so I thought that was relevant. Also, there's a link in the description box for geekoutpost.com. It's an entertainment media blog that I own, operate, run, manage, design, and write for. It's a pretty decent place to stay up to date on the latest entertainment, gaming, news, reviews, and rumors if you're into that kind of thing. Otherwise, just know I appreciate you, your time, and I am really looking forward to playing this game, and I hope to have you stick around and enjoy that with me. So, but yeah, that's a wrap. Take care of yourselves, be well, and I'll see you around when we continue with more of our playthrough of Pokemon Gold version. Later.